Today we're going to talk about how to design giftable packaging for candy, and the case study we're going to follow is Lolli Pops' Signature Truffle Library. This is a project I worked on with Lolli Pops, and we're going to go through the 4 steps you need to go through as well as a brand owner to be able to design giftable packaging. So first and foremost, you need to talk about your brand. Who are you? What is your company all about? Who's your target customer? What are the visual elements that you've designed to be able to articulate who you are so that way you're recognizable, like your logo, the core colors. These pieces should be laid out in some kind of a brand guide, and it's helpful to any designer and anyone helping you develop your product to know what you're all about and to inspect those assets. So we start with your brand and understand, hey, this is Lolli Pops. They are a fun, outgoing candy company. They are sophisticated. They are present in all kinds of malls across the United States. They focus on either fun, playful bulk bin candies that you can eat while you're running around the mall, or they have high-end giftable packaging or giftable candy that you can order and give to loved ones or send as a corporate gift. So we knew that this product line extension needed to have something special to it, needed to have a personality so people were excited to give it to someone. And we also knew that it needed to be more sophisticated. It was part of their adult giftable line, the more mature products rather than the bulk candy stuff. So we decided to design the packaging artwork, which is the second step, to reflect that. There were 12 different flavors represented in each box from around the world. So we were excited to pull all those pieces together and have a designer who created these beautiful swirl patterns with the Lolli Pops color palette. And so there's 12 different designs, and you can see that they all sort of play off together. And in terms of the packaging artwork, we also wanted to carry and be sure that Lolli Pops Purveyors of Sweets catchphrase was on the side. So as they're stackable, you can read and realize like, hey, this is Lolli Pops. We had the flavor profile that was on the front. And we also wanted to be sure that people who were enjoying the chocolates could read what kind of chocolates they were expecting to order on the back, as well as the nutritional panel and ingredients. And besides that, in terms of artwork, we wanted to continue the story after the packaging was unboxed. So once you open the box, we wanted to be sure that the Lolli Pop signature bow tie was there, that the instructions for what kind of chocolates would be inside were there as well. So this was created just to sit right on top of the chocolate so that a person could open it up and know what they're getting. So that piece was all artwork. So we were thinking about applying the brand to this specific product to help market and sell this product to consumers in stores. And after we designed the packaging artwork, we also had to think through the structure. Hey, like, how is this gonna work and operate? What products go inside? What's the volume of those products? So here's an example. Obviously, these are chocolate truffles, and you can see that this box was designed to actually close this way with this adorable little ribbon and to open up and be able to turn into a display. And to design the structure, we first started out with pictures that were requested by Whitney, who is the owner of Maker New York, if you wanted to reach out to him. And so he showed us some examples of things that inspired him, and then we designed a structure that was very similar to it in a white unprinted example so that we could get the exact size and dimensions of that would be required for his project. And the thing about chocolates, so people often don't realize how much work goes into designing the structure of packaging. This box is made actually by hand, and chocolates that are made by hand as well have variations in diameter, height. They can be kind of uneven, bumpy. So it can be really challenging to design packaging for those products. So to do that, we actually designed 3D mock-ups of the chocolates, of the largest versions of them, so we could be sure that the tray that was created inside would actually fit all of the different chocolates. So you can see here one of the 3D mock-ups that we did that helped us to get the correct volume, because you need to have the actual product to get the right size. And then of course, after chocolates are delicate, especially these ones, these are wine truffles, yum yum. They have wine liqueur inside of each of them, so they can pop if they are hit or punctured in any way. So we also designed a candy pad that would sit on top of the box to protect the truffles, to even out anything that was inconsistent in those boxes or in those chocolates. And then on top of that, obviously, is this would go this incredibly adorable little chocolate guide. So you can see that the height of this had to be exactly perfect so that when the box is closed, there's no bumps, there's no challenge for the box closing after it gets to manufacturing. So all of these pieces required a number of iterations where we did white samples, we did 3D mock-ups or 3D printed versions of the chocolates, and had to iterate to get to the final correct structure. So you have to kind of work with an excellent and skilled packaging factory as well as a packaging designer if you really have something custom and unique. And please don't underestimate how much work goes into this type of thing. You need to get samples done and you need to test the actual product inside of it. No skipping that step just because you're busy or you'll regret it in the long run. Trust me. So after you go through the structural design pieces and you've identified what this box needs to look like, then we get to talk about manufacturing. So where are you going to make this product? Where is this packaging going to be designed? And you could make them in a different country like Asia, India, China, Thailand. Those are all Asian countries that you could manufacture packaging in that have a lot of packaging manufacturers there. You can also do it in Mexico and Canada and the United States. So there's pros and cons of making these types of boxes anywhere. The biggest challenge is that in the United States, it's more expensive. And again, each element of this box has been touched by hand. So this is a gold foil that's been pressed into the box, and that specific area was done by one person just focusing on this piece of paper. And all of these other elements were glued onto here symmetrically. So this box takes tons and tons of time, and it's very easy to underestimate the giftable packaging, the amount of time that it takes. So in the United States, it could be 5 or 6 or 7 times as expensive as it would be if you had purchased that in a different country. So you need to consider the price. You need to consider lead time. So how long would it take if you made it in a different country to get it here? You need to consider minimum order quantities. So some factories will refuse to do a project because it's too much work to make profit on unless you order 3,000 units, 10,000 units, 500 units. It really depends upon the factory. You want to think about also the logistics, like the fees that you might have to pay to get the product from the factory to your door. So that could be trucking, it could be ocean freight, courier fees, as well as tariff fees. So all of those pieces might impact your manufacturing decisions. So make sure that you think all that stuff through upfront before you design your structural packaging for your candy. And I hope that some of this inspires you. This project was incredibly beautiful to work on. It took quite a lot of time. And there's going to be more pictures at the end of this to show you what this looks like so it can possibly inspire your future packaging design. We'll have some links below to the actual designer who did these art swirls and converted them into printable digital prints. And if you have any other questions about your packaging project, I'd love to have you put a link to your website in the comments and ask any questions that you have. And I'd love to help and support you as you design something that takes you from start to sold.